All right, guys. Good evening. I am so excited. This is going to be my first YouTube channel talking about how to maintain your spiritual hygiene and teaching you guys how to heal yourself. And I'm so excited. I'm finally starting to step away from in-person healing sessions so that I can just educate you guys. I really just desire to be here to educate, teach, inspire, and really help guide you guys live your best lives and break out of the false matrices, okay? That we get inundated with by going through so much childhood trauma, by going through and being around people who are not supportive, who are narcissistic, who are constantly discouraging you. You know, if you're somebody like me who you grew up with people who constantly hated you your entire life, then this content is going to be for you, okay? If you were told that you were too sensitive in childhood, you were told that you were too much to deal with, your authenticity, who you really are, was so triggering to those around you that it caused a lot of problems and drama and chaos. Stay tuned because my channel is going to change your life drastically. Okay, and I'm so excited to do so and to be here to do that for you guys. So thank you. Thank you for being here. All right. I've got several things I want to talk about today. The first thing is I have my notes all right here. Um, Otherwise, like I'll be so disorganized. But anyways, let's just jump right in. We're going to talk about spiritual hygiene basics. Okay. So I have 6 different things that I wrote under this section, which is clearing, balancing, channeling, grounding, gratitude, and heart-centered practices, and the statement, I am ready to receive. Okay. And I'm going to go and expand on all of these sections and really break it down for you guys into more depth and how you can start incorporating all of this stuff into your life and to start rapidly shifting and transforming your own realities. And so before we proceed, go ahead now and get out a pen, a paper, maybe even a notebook, a journal, and go ahead and turn your stuff, your technology on Do Not Disturb, on silent, and really just listen to this information. It's going to plant a lot of seeds. Even if you miss it the first time, definitely come back and rewatch it, but take notes. I'll go over everything pretty slowly so that way you guys have enough time to write it down and take your own notes and what serves your journey, okay? And that's another thing I want to mention really quick is your journey is unique to you, and we all do not have the same journey. And my intention, my highest, purest intention is to give you guys the tools and the direction and the guidance to individually assist all of your unique journeys, okay? And so yeah, I feel like I had to say that. So yeah. Okay. Once you've gotten your utensils, let's move on to the next subject, which is what is energy healing? Okay. This is my definition of it. Energy healing is the act of removing and releasing low vibrational trauma energy and calling back healing energies and pure unconditional love. Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys how I do this with my own techniques that I use on myself so that I maintain my own spiritual hygiene, you know, how I do my inner work, how I have advanced so rapidly over the past 4 years, basically coming from nothing and a major dysfunctional, chaotic upbringing. You guys, you know, going through a lot of abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, verbal, sexual, all of the above, having people who absolutely do not support you in any way whatsoever. And also growing up, observing your parents and absorbing their lenses and the way they see like our world and the way they view certain things like money can really affect how you feel in your life. Like if you feel behind in life, if you feel stuck, right? So I'm going to teach you how to let all that shit go, shut it all off, and yeah, we're going to get you guys nice and cleared out, okay? So stick around. Um, all right, and so we're gonna go into depth more about that. We're gonna talk about source, okay, and why I say source. Haha. Um, yeah, trigger warning for all of you who are new to me and my content and um everything that I just have to share with the world. So, source is the center of the universe. Okay, source is Allah. It is God. It is the universal mind. It is the most high. It is whatever label your soul resonates calling it. It's all the same energy. Now, I had an out of body experience. I want to say it was in 2021, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2021. I have it written in one of my journals somewhere. So about 3 years ago, I used to be married, and one night I was sleeping in my bed. I fell asleep like face down. I don't even know how I slept like that. The way I sleep is ridiculous. I'm constantly moving in my sleep. But anyways, and so I fell asleep lying down like on my face, and I just remember waking up. I was out of my body. Like I was so I don't want to say high because I don't like to tier the dimensions, like the higher frequency dimensions where you're basically just super light, you know what I mean? Because yeah, I feel like it's just different levels, okay? There's different expressions of our energies depending on the dimension that you are in that moment, if that makes sense. Like there is no hierarchy, there is no like um this is better than this place kind of situation, you know what I mean? And so anyway, I really feel like I had to put that out there. So anyways, I had this out of body experience and I was looking at myself. I was sleeping like face down, and my ex-husband, he was sitting up in whatever dimension that I was in. It was so high that I couldn't even like fathom seeing him in the first place. I was like, how are you sitting there? Like I'm so light, and like source is like literally right behind me. It was so trippy. Anyway, he's sitting to the left of me, and he was sitting up in my bed, like in whatever dimension we were in, right? Because this isn't our only dimension that exists. This is just the physical dimension, and there's infinite dimensions. Anyway, so he's sitting up in my bed, and he just goes like this. He's looking up at source, like directly behind me, and he just goes, "Oh my God." And I was like, right? Like in my out of body experience, I was like, isn't this crazy? And during that experience, I was getting a chakra upgrade from Source. So we have chakras that have a front end and a back end, and Source was upgrading the back end of my throat chakra. It was either my throat or my higher throat chakra. Anyway, and so it was so intense. The energy was just beaming like on the back of my chakra. And I was like, like it was like pressing down on me so intensely that I was like, I feel like I'm gonna like die or something. Like I was like, I don't know how much longer I can take this. And I look to the right of me, like right behind me, but it wasn't like a human, like linear look. It was like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like it was like my consciousness just shifted and I could see like directly behind me without turning my head, if that makes sense. So crazy. And I saw one of my protectors, like one of my I don't know if he's like considered a spirit guide or like just a super like divine protection that is contracted to protect me both non-physically and in the physical. Anyway, so he was like this like bird hybrid looking being, and I just knew he was like there, like in my heart and my energy I could just feel that he was there to keep me safe, to protect me, like from any crazy thing that was going on during that upgrade. And so anyway, at the time I was like, okay, I know you're here like protecting me, but I didn't know like his name. I didn't know um like anything else about him, just that he was protecting me. And what was interesting was um yeah, anyways, he was just like very masculine, like more in his masculine energy. We all have feminine and masculine energies both within us, right? Like that is um like the feminine aspect of source, like the divine mother aspect of source, and then there's the divine father aspect of source, the masculine. And so anyway, he had more masculine energy than feminine within his incarnation. And so I picked up on him being more masculine. And anyway, so yeah. Anyways, I saw source like beaming behind me, like so bright. It was just like massive beaming, pure bright white light, just pure unconditional love. And it was so intense. I was like, I can't take it. Like I've got to like wake up or something. And during that out of body experience, it was like my soul, like my heart and soul just like called it source. Like, source was the first label that came to me in order to describe that energy that was hitting me, right? A lot of healers, a lot of not even all healers, but healers and non-healers, they all use a different label for source. They all call it something different. Some people call it the universal mind. Some people call it the creator. Some people call it the most high, because that is the label that resonates with their soul, and it's not wrong. Okay, it's not a matter of being right or wrong. It's just a matter of what is resonating with your soul in that moment. And fast forward 4 years later, I'm still resonating. Sorry, 3 years later, I'm still resonating with the label of source, because personally, I believe there is a vibrational frequency with certain words that you use. And well, now that I think about it, I think about, with my intention and my experiences with that energy behind the label of source. I guess that would be the same for somebody who has a different label, but the same intention and experience. Anyway, my soul personally just resonates with source, and that's what I call source. That is what I label the center of the universe, the origin of creation of this entire universe. Okay. And so anyway, knowing that, all right, knowing that experience, experiencing what source feels like and looks like, okay, source is pure white light consciousness. It is pure primary life force energy. Anything else that is not that pure, unconditionally loving energy. Now, I really want you to listen to this, okay? So back this up a couple times. Anything that is not the primary life force energy, that pure source energy, is a secondary emanation of that energy. It is secondary life force energy, okay? Oh my God, sorry about that. And why is this so important? Okay. Because knowing that everything else that isn't pure unconditional love is secondary life force energy, which means everything else can be alchemized with pure unconditional love. Okay. So when you go to perform energy healing on yourself, you don't have to disempower yourself by calling on Archangel Michael, by calling on Chamunda, by calling on Kali Ma, or whoever it is that you resonate, or Jesus, right? Like, or Buddha, or whatever ascended master it is, right? Those ascended masters are here, like both, I wouldn't say physically, they're here non-physically to teach us that we can do the same things that they can, right? Like they're very in touch with their innate power, their innate remembering of their power, right? Which is why they're so fearless and like dealing with the darkness. They're so fearless with removing entities out of people's energies, right? Like, okay, I know we're going super deep, so bear with me. This is really important that you understand this baseline of information, because this is how you're going to take your power back. And this is how you're going to start living a more authentically aligned life, a more empowering life, a more joyful life, a more blissful life, a more freer life. Okay. So this is why everything I talk about is for a reason. So anyway, with that being said, I had a channeled message that I wrote down from source today when I was gathering my notes for this video that I was going to talk about. And so with energy healing, it's really important to break the disempowerment cycle. So for all my religious folks out there, I grew up going to Catholic church. I grew up going to synagogue. I grew up going to temple. I even went to Israel and went to mosque. And I don't know if I went to a mosque. No, I think I saw the mosque in Jerusalem, but I didn't go inside of it. I just went inside the Western Wall, okay? Oh my gosh, the energies there were crazy powerful, but yeah, anyways, so crazy. But talking to all my religious folks, all the souls who have chosen to go through and contract exploring your power with spirituality, your power within, okay? I'm here to tell you that no building, no pastor, no book, no guru, okay, can tell you what is right for you and what isn't right for you. Let it trigger you. Let it trigger you. Get those programmings, feel those emotional decoys over those wounds. All right. Start feeling the anger. That anger is triggering your energy to show you you have wounds of violation. Okay. You've been violated either spiritually, sexually, physically, emotionally, mentally, verbally, or all the ways. Okay. So really give yourself grace with that. But yeah, I really challenge you all to start stepping away from that, like slowly, one by one, right? Anytime someone tells you to do something, why don't you try to do the opposite, right? So if they tell you, like in the Jewish temples, okay, for example, if you're super Orthodox Jew, they preach to you, the rabbi preaches to you that you're not supposed to eat pork because it's like a sin or whatever the fuck they say. Like it's dangerous or whatever, okay? Now, me being a super healthy person, I don't eat pork just because a lot of pigs do eat garbage. Like they will eat plastics, which then when you consume that, you're consuming microplastics in the body. And I'm not saying all pigs eat that, but I personally, like, I got food poisoning, I think like maybe 2 or 3 years ago from eating pork. And so I can't eat it anymore, even if I wanted to, right? But something like that, something that's reasonable that you can challenge, you know what I mean? I want you to go against it. And when you do go against it, I want you to notice the feelings, the emotions that come up from that, okay? Let me tell you all something. I want to share a really funny story. So, I live in Utah right now, and I'm from South Carolina, and I'm used to going to this breakfast joint called Waffle House, okay? Waffle House, it was so good for like those drunk nights when you get super wasted and you're just eating some hash browns, like to sober up kind of thing. Oh, so good. Anyways, those were good times. And so one time, me and my twin sister and my dad, we went and had breakfast at this Waffle House. And right, like I said, Jewish people do not believe if you follow it religiously, right? Like if you really follow the rules to a T, they believe in not eating pork. And so every time me and my dad went out, like to go out to dinner, which was all of the time, he would always talk about like not eating pork and how it's not good for you and this, that, and the third, right? Like just spewing his programming. Okay. And it was so funny because one day I ordered bacon. I got like 3 pieces on a small little plate. And me and my twin sister caught him. He literally like snatched the piece of bacon so fast, put it in his mouth, and he was like it was like something like this, okay? So I'm gonna pretend to like mimic him and imitate what he did. So there was a bacon over here, and he goes, and like he just made that face at me and my sister, and then proceeded to gaslight us and say, I didn't eat the bacon, I didn't touch it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like we literally just, like saw you shove that in your face. Like, stop lying, you know? And it was like ridiculous. Anyway, ah, so just if you're super religious, if you're super, inundated with those belief systems and you haven't broken out of that disempowerment cycle yet, or maybe you're on the verge of doing it, um, hell yeah, I'm fucking proud of you. I'm fucking proud of you. My soul to your soul, I'm proud of you for starting to discover and remember your innate power within, okay? Um, all right, I want to read you the channeled message that I got because this is deep, all right? This came directly from the center of the universe. So when I was taking my notes, I wrote down break the empowerment cycle. And then this is when the channeled message came through. You don't need to invoke other energies to do things for you. You have all of the power already within you. Makes sense. Knowing the basic universal truth that we all come from source. We are source. I am that I am. Duh. We all originate from primary life force energy. Like, of course we have the power to do anything and alchemize anything with pure unconditional love, okay? All right, moving on. You will repeat the same lesson through different experiences until you organically learn to stand in and own your innate true power. So good. So, so good. I'm just gonna check the time really quick. All right, we're doing good. Okay. So, knowing that information, whether you go to Catholic church or the synagogue or what do they call it? The LDS church here in Utah, or the polygamist church. I think they're called the AUB, the something United Brethren. I don't even know. Um, or if you go to a mosque, I don't know what Muslims believe in, but all organized religions have one thing in common. They all have the same common denominator, which is give your power away to the building, to the religion, to the faith. Um, give your money away, give your power away, right? It's all siphon, 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 take, 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 low, 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 low vibe, okay? So I do want to say that in all organized religions, there are pieces of the truth, the unconditional truth, which is annoying because when you get so inundated and so brainwashed in the religion that you grow up in, I feel like when you start learning how to take your power back and you start to stand in it and own it, I feel like you have a hard time sifting through and discerning, what is actually truth, like what is actually like truth frequency and what is deceptive, what is gaslighting, what is low vibrational, what is manipulative, if that makes sense. And I feel like every soul has to go through that organically. Like that's not something that I can just like tell you how to like navigate and do in a way, if that makes sense. It's like you have to figure that out on your own. Like for me, when I was a kid, I never got brainwashed into religion. It made me feel so uncomfortable. Like I remember being like 5 years old in Catholic church and like reading their book, and it was like it just like felt so threatening. You know what I mean? And so I was already in survival mode. I was already going through chaos, a traumatic upbringing, a dysfunctional upbringing. And so, when you're focused so deeply on your survival needs being met, and this is how I personally believe at this current phase of my journey. This is how I believe souls get brainwashed into organized religion, which is when you're going through tumultuous, traumatic upbringings and your basic needs for survival are being threatened and are not being met. And then you have on top of that, super judgmental parents, like they're super in that wounded theme of consciousness, of judgment, and they're just projecting all of this shame and guilt and fear and anger into you. Like, if you don't believe in this, then I'm not going to feed you tonight, or you're not going to have a roof over your head, kind of like threatening your existence even more. And so it's like you grasp onto it because it's a survival defense mechanism. It's how you kept yourself safe in childhood, right? So just bear with me. A lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about is triggering, but this is good. Triggers are your friends, not your foes, all right? Emotions are your friends, they're not your foes. Just know this. This is another piece of universal truth, which is anything that triggers you on the outside, in your outside reality, in your external world, there is something inside that you hate. I don't want to say you hate, but it bothers you, okay? And our external reality is a direct reflection of everything going on inside of us, all right? So anytime you hear something that someone says that just triggers you hard, feel the emotion, feel the anger, feel the upsetness, feel the sadness, feel the grief, whatever it is that, whatever emotion comes up. And then once you come down from that emotional charge, take some time for reflection at the end of your day, or maybe, an hour after it happens, when you feel ready, when you personally feel ready, and then go, what was that about? What was that situation like trying to show me? What was trying to be shown to me that I've been running away from inside of myself? What am I denying inside of myself that forced me to look at? Okay. I want to talk about this also. So a lot of mediums and psychics have called me a karmic mirror, and I'm a very intense karmic mirror, which just basically means that when the average person looks at me, they see their own darkness. So my soul acts as a mirror, and when they see me, they see that darkness through their third eye. And a lot of people who are not awakened to their consciousness, to all that is, to their shadow self and their traumas that they've suppressed for so long. They see somebody like me and they make a face like, my God, I don't know why I hate her. I don't know why I can't stand her, but her existence just bothers the absolute fuck out of me. It just triggers me so hard. Okay. If you've ever gone through that experience, or if you've been on the other side of that experience, just know you have either run into a karmic mirror or you are a karmic mirror yourself. And that is a very intense role to play, especially going through your own traumas and your own contracts and your own lessons and your own journey, and then just growing up and then just being a mirror your whole life, like just mirroring back other people's traumas, and then like the constant hate that gets projected onto you because they lack responsibility and accountability, and they can't take responsibility for their traumas and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to look at it. They're just like trying to shove it away as much as they can, kind of thing, But I'm here to tell you that no matter how much alcohol you drink, no matter how many drugs you use, no matter how much sex you have, it doesn't matter. You will never be able to repress and shove that away. It's always going to show up in your reality no matter what. So why not just nip it in the bud and just deal with it? Why not let it go? Why not release it and call back love, joy, happiness, your natural soul frequency? Okay. I feel like I really had to talk about that. So that was a lot. Let that all sink in. Let those etheric subconscious seeds just sit there, germinate, let that grow and expand. Definitely come back to this video 6 months from now, 8 months from now, a year from now, and see where you're at spiritually with your own journey. Sorry, my cat is like digging under the door. Come on, boy. You bunny. He's like, Mom, how dare you shut the door? Oh, there he is. Come here, boy. Come on. He's gonna bother me for attention if I don't give it to him right now. Come on. Come here, good boy. Come here, good boy. You guys will see him running around the background, just so you're aware. So he's got the zoomies right now. All right. Anyways, moving on. So with spiritual hygiene basics, okay, there's clearing, balancing, channeling, grounding, sitting in gratitude in your heart consciousness, and using and working with the statement, I am ready to receive. All right. First thing is first, I'm going to share with you guys my morning and evening routine that I do every single day, like clockwork. It doesn't matter if I'm exhausted. It doesn't matter if I wake up in a good mood. It doesn't matter how I wake up or go to bed. I'm going to do this no matter what. All right. So first things first is, I kind of want to start with the end of my day. So at the end of my day, I will sit in my room, and what I used to do was get my power away. I would work with Archaea, this female archangel. Her name was Archaea Purity. I worked with Archangel Michael to cut cords, and yeah, but I don't do that anymore. I just started shifting that practice into a more empowered state of being, right? So first things first is clearing the energies from your day. All right, this is what I do. So you might want to stop this video or restart it, but you say, I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency to invoke source energy through me within and without 360 degrees in all dimensions and all ways, always. Please clear my energy for my day. Creator, source, take it back for healing. And I call back using your own power, right? I call back healing energies, pure unconditional love, my natural frequency, higher self, if there's anything else that serves my highest good, right? Your higher self is the closest aspect of your energy that is like closest to source. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at him. I think I'm gonna have to make a part two because I cannot. What is it, boy? Oh my gosh. Anyways, and so I'll clear my energy that way. So to clear of all low vibrational energies, toxic energies, etheric darts that were sent my way, right? People are constantly projecting onto us all day long. We're constantly triggering other people. And so what they do is either consciously or subconsciously negative energy at you. Sometimes it can look like etheric darts, like etheric arrows. Sometimes, depending on if you're existing at a low vibrational frequency, people will hex you, put spells at you, send curses to you, right? So be very careful of that. They'll send negative energies to you. Black magic is another issue that can come up. So, be very conscious of clearing your energy every single day. I personally like to do it at the end of the day, as well as if I take a shower or a bath. I'll clear my energy there as well. And you can play and like be creative with your shower and like work with the water, as well as your bath. But that's a video for another time. I'm actually going to write that down so I don't forget about it. Okay, let me see. Water and quantum manifestation. Okay. But yeah, sometimes I will, take a shower and set the intention that the water purifies me, cleanses me 360 degrees, like of all physical, emotional, mental, spiritual toxins, that don't serve me anymore. Right? Because we are physical beings, like we're in a physical incarnation, so why not work with the physical, right? And so yeah, that is what I do in the morning. And then in the evening. In the morning, oh wait, no, sorry, I skipped something. The last thing I do at night is I will set the intention to cut any and all cords out of my energy, out of my aura, tie up loose ends, send that old energy back to the creator for healing, and I call back healing energies, pure unconditional love, and my natural frequency. Super, super, super important that you say tie up loose ends. Otherwise, it will grow back even bigger. And then that energy is just going to keep siphoning your energy, okay? Basically, what a cord is an energetic cord forms naturally when you're interacting with people, plants, animals, anything that has a consciousness, you're going to form an energetic cord with. Okay. So it's really good to have good spiritual hygiene to cut those cords consciously every single day. One thing I just started doing brand new, which is after a 3-month cycle, I will cut cords with the month's energies. So like, for example, I did a cord counting letter for the energies from January to March. And I said, okay, I am ready to cut cords with all 3D career dynamics, all 4D career dynamics, all 4D dynamics around money, around finances. I think it was a 4D living situation or something like that. And yeah, anyways, actually, I think I'm gonna write that down too and teach you guys how to do that because so many good ideas are flowing through. Okay, cord cutting letter after 3 months. Okay. Oh my gosh. I loved y'all, this lights me up so much. You can't tell. Okay. All right, so we've done the cord cutting, the clearing. Oh yeah. And then when we leave and go to bed at night, we all of our souls take off and leave and we go to other dimensions. Sometimes we go to etheric temples, libraries, and we learn. Sometimes we sit in classrooms and observe light language. It depends. Every soul is different. Everybody has different contracts. Everybody has different journeys, right? Which I will say that time and time again, okay? So, with that being said, I will always say, I shouldn't say always, I should say 99% of the time, I will say, tonight, I will not have manipulated dreamscapes. I will not get psychically attacked. I will not have traumatic dreams. And I'm closing my third eye for the night. I desire to create a rejuvenated, restoring, restful night of sleep. Okay. And the reason why I've been doing that lately is because the energies have been absolutely crazy. They're going to continue to amplify, I think until like 2028, I'm not sure, maybe 2030. So we've got a couple of years of more high vibrational energies hitting our energy system. And so, why not ask to have a good night's sleep? It's your reality, it's your life, it's your journey, it's your free will. You get to decide, what you want. However, if you do go to say that and then you have the opposite experience in your dreams, there's a reason for that, okay? There is a higher reason why you have the opposite experience. So make sure you take note of that. If you end up getting psychically attacked after stating you didn't want that, know that that was more than likely a contracted experience where your soul on the other side contracted to go through that in order to take your power back. Okay. What do all of those nightmares, crazy dreams, what do they all have in common, right? They're trying to get an emotional charge out of you. They're trying to siphon your energy. They're trying to siphon your innate power because those energies have been so disconnected from source, the center of the universe, for so long. They have forgotten what it's like to be connected to that unconditional love. So what do? They come after naturally with the law of polarity and the polarizing universe that we exist in. They're naturally going to want to come after people who are very bright lights, okay? And so what happens when you emotionally react to those dark beings? You might as well be going, putting your light on a silver platter and going, here you go, have a buffet. All right. And this is what you're going to do. This is what you have to like muscle memory, like train yourself to do, which is when you have those creepy dreams, when you have those intimidating dreams, when you have those psychic attacks, those nightmares, and you see weird beings or you see infected AI or you see like a super low vibrational like dictator or whatever it is, right? I want you to train yourself to start saying, I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency to emanate pure source energy out of me 360 degrees in all dimensions and always, always, and may it alchemize any energies with negative intentions and dark energies or whatever, right? Every single time those beings have exploded in my dreams, they have died or whatever, they went back to source. And then I stopped having those dreams. Why? Because I learned how to stand and claim and own my innate power, my innate source energy within. And we all, every single one of us, people, animals, nature, we all have source within us, okay? We are all emanations of source experiencing itself. All right. That's super high. It's going to blow your consciousness. So, like, yeah, give your brain a second to like let that soak in. Um, and so, yeah, I think I'm going to talk about what I do in the morning and then in this video here, because it's been a little minute. And then I'm going to do a part 2 expanding on the rest of this. Okay. Because it's kind of a lot of information, but very important that we start here. Okay. So, last but not least, all right. Let's talk about what we do in the morning. So in the morning, I will set the intention to, because I left, at nighttime, I need to ground my soul. I need to ground all energies, all aspects of myself back into my physical body. Okay. And so what I will say is I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency to deeply, 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 deeply ground my energy into the crystalline sun of Mother Gaia. Lately, I've been resonating by asking help from the earth keepers, like the some of the spirits of the earth who protect the earth, to help with that grounding. That's just something my soul has been resonating with. It could be a whole disempowerment thing. I don't know. Maybe potentially, but there's a reason why I'm feeling called to ask for some help with them. I could ask Source to help ground, which, that wouldn't be disempowering me, but I don't know, there's something there. Probably a disempowerment lesson, right? Like with grounding my own energy, it's probably what it is. But anyways, so maybe I should stop doing that. Maybe I should just ask Source, go straight to Source. The reason why sometimes I feel called to do that is because I'm so sensitive to energies, and every time I invoke Source to do something, it's so like powerful and like throws me back and it's like intense. And sometimes I'll be like, like it's like really intense, Anyway. And so yeah, I will ground my energy first thing in the morning, deep into the crystalline sun of Gaia. Okay, first things first, right? Because when we're fully grounded, we're fully embodied into our physical bodies, we are more receptive to receiving different energies around us. Okay. Second thing I do is I set the intention to sit in my heart consciousness for the entire day and the frequencies and the energies of gratitude. Why do I do this? Because when you sit in your heart consciousness, your heart space, which is really just an etheric golden light portal, you will start attracting your true authentic heart's desires very rapidly, much more faster. Okay. And also, it will help you move through your day without thinking and having to force gratitude, right? Like that was something I really struggled with in my journey because I was having a hard time to like finding things to be grateful for, right? I feel like we can all get like that sometimes, you know, we're so used to like being supported with certain things or like we're used to receiving things and sometimes it's hard to reflect the gratitude because you're like, well, I just get this all the time. Like, of course, you know, like I'm grateful for it in a way. But when you choose to say that consciously in the morning, you choose to sit in your heart space and you choose to sit in the frequencies of gratitude, naturally, you're going to move through your entire day and you're going to feel grateful for something that day. Oh, thank you, universe, for making the first parking spot available at the gym. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so grateful, right? It's like you have that quick moment of gratitude and you're naturally going to amplify that out into your aura, right? You're already sitting in that energy. And so when you feel it, it's like now you're making a mind-heart connection. It's like you're forming new neural pathways. Like you're forming, I don't know if you form new brain cells from doing that. I really don't know the science behind it. But I do know that it's going to start happening more into your physical reality because you're working with both the non-physical and the physical, right? If that makes sense. Anyways, what's another thing? Somebody gives you a discount at a store or at a restaurant, or I don't know, they just hook you up with getting a discount at your massage place, right? Like that happened to me one time. They gave me the membership pricing instead of charging me full price. And they're like, you know, since you haven't been in a while, we're just going to give you the membership price. And I was like, "Ah, thank you, universe. I love my abundance." And I reflected in that moment, "Oh, I'm so grateful that, you know, I got to pay less for the same experience today. Like, thank you so much, universe, right? Like, I love my abundance." So that's just an example of that. All right. Third thing is after I set the intention to sit in my heart space for the day, I will say, okay, universe, okay, spirit guides, okay, higher self, okay, guardian angels, okay, source. I am ready to receive with grace and ease. Sometimes I say it once, sometimes I say it multiple times. I go with my energy, my intuition, and what I feel for that day. And I say with grace and ease for a reason, right? Like, you know, if you're out here wanting to manifest a brand new car and you don't say with grace and ease, and you just leave it wide open and you're not divinely protected from freak accidents or weird stuff happening to you, right? You could get into a car accident and get your car totaled or whatever. But at the end of all of that chaos playing out, that curated chaos that you chose to create in your reality consciously, you end up getting a free brand new car. Or maybe not a free brand new car, but then the insurance pays it or whatever, how all that stuff works. I'm very fortunate to never have been in that situation, so I'm very grateful for that. Um, but this is why I say I am ready to receive with grace and ease. I don't know about y'all, but the energies are already chaotic enough. It's already chaotic enough and intense enough dealing with trauma, revisiting, you know, stuff in childhood. It's already intense enough to go through that, to revisit pain, to relive the pain, to relive the trauma. Why not ask to receive with grace and ease? You know, receive in a gentle manner. And so yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut it here and start a part two. And I'm gonna post the part two tomorrow. Just so that way the information really sinks in. I highly recommend coming back and watching this video. I know YouTube puts out a lot of ads now, which is very annoying. But that'll be good because that'll give you breaks, like little small breaks to take with all of this high information, this higher frequency, higher consciousness information, okay? All right, so before I get off of here, I just want to talk about some new things that I've launched. So if you are absolutely new to me and what I do, I have an entire website. I have courses there. I have sessions available if you want me to channel for you. I'm starting to walk away from my in-person healing sessions. I know a lot of people I feel like are starting to gravitate back towards me. They're like, no, I want to go like be healed. But it's like, no, like I want to be here to empower you, right? Like I want to be here to teach you how to do this yourself. Okay. Um, so I'm just stepping away from doing the healing sessions and really stepping more into like channeling. for people instead of doing all of the trauma release and, really helping people with their spiritual hygiene in person. I'd rather just do it online through YouTube and through Instagram and TikTok. That way I can just reach a massive amount of people who really do need help with this stuff and who don't all have the funds to be able to invest in that right away. So that's another thing. If you guys are, for some of you who really do want to like dive deep, really invest into your spiritual hygiene, if you have gone through sexual abuse in childhood, you don't remember your childhood, you have a lot of blocked memories, you have a really weird, unhealthy relationship with sex, masturbation, just a weird relationship with yourself in general. I have a Heal Your Erotic Self sexual trauma healing course that I am still nitpicking at, which it's going to be fully refined by the end of this month. And I'm super excited to relaunch that, re-advertise that. But, if that is something that resonates with you, awesome. Like go dive deep into that, invest in that course. I have all the materials in there that teach you how to heal from that trauma, right? Being in your empowered state of being, not giving your power away. Which is so powerful in and of itself. But that was something I really wanted to talk about really quick. And also, I have launched a free newsletter. It is called the Oracle Cast. So fun and so creative. One of my psychic abilities is being an oracle, right? That label of being an oracle. I have lots of visions consciously and in my dream as well. I don't know if any of y'all grew up watching That's So Raven, where she like stops and like has the full-on vision. That's literally what it's like for me sometimes. And so sometimes I have visions for myself that unfold out 30 seconds later, a couple minutes later. Sometimes it's 6 years, 8 years, 10 years out. Sometimes I'll go through deja vu. Like I'll be like, wait a minute, like I've totally like seen this before. Like where did I see this in a dream? And then like in my physical reality, I'll like, act it out. And so yeah, I've had dreams of visions around the collective here in Utah, especially. Um, yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna start sharing that like on YouTube, like the visions I've had, or in the newsletter. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Yeah, because there's responsibility with sharing that information, because if I share the vision of what I saw, right, and then we all just like co-create it fast, like, when I'm over here sharing that experience, that vision, you're listening and you're inundating your energy with that vision, and then it's like you subconsciously create that too. And so like I want to be careful with, what I have visions of, like sharing that personal subjective experience. Okay. Anyways, so my newsletter, the Oracle Cast, it is going to be full of energetic guidance and just like the energetic reports and how to best navigate the energies of that week. I'm going to do it 3 times a month. So 3 times a month because I really want to honor my own cycle as a woman, which, I have a week where I need to release and seclude and be in silence and really just exit the world, and take some time for myself and slow down. And so, yeah, it's only going to be posted 3 times every month, and it's going to go live every Sunday around noon. So I'm super excited for that. So if you guys are interested in joining my free newsletter, head over to my website, my homepage that pops up now. It shows you my free ebook to start developing healthy relationships with your emotions. So you just like sign up for that in the Let's Get Started box. And then if you scroll down, it'll say subscribe to the newsletter. And that is where you will be into my website system. And then you're going to get the newsletter every Sunday. So it'll be a great thing to incorporate as self-care, really help your personal and spiritual growth, maybe even career growth. So I'm super excited to be able to offer that. And then, yeah, I mentioned the ebook. So you guys know what to do there. Definitely take advantage of that. It is an awesome resource. It's an awesome tool. I developed it because I really feel like a lot of us in childhood just emotionally shut down. We naturally repel authentic relationships and our authenticity because we're emotionally disconnected from ourselves. Okay. And so we participate in really low vibrational behaviors, falling into, drugs, sex, like whatever it is, alcohol, right? Like we're trying to numb the pain of never emotionally connecting healthily with our parents or parental figures or guardians. So really, really, really please take advantage of that free ebook. Mercury is in retrograde right now, and I've been having a lot of issues with my website, like trying to test out all of my new stuff that I've been launching. So if you do have issues, if you don't receive the ebook, feel free to send me an email. Just be like, hey, Grayson, I didn't get the ebook. I will forward it to you personally from my personal email. It's very annoying. I was dealing with that all day today with my website people. So it was like working and then it wasn't working, and it was working for some people and then it wasn't working. And I don't know. The energies are weird right now. So yeah, if you guys have issues with that, just let me know. And what else? What else? So we have the newsletter, the ebook, and then right now, so starting today and all the way until the end of 2024, I am offering a 20% off of my Enlighten Your Minds program that I developed literally 3 years ago for people who have no idea, where to start with spirituality. They have no idea where to start with their inner work. They have no idea where to start with like the non-physical. And so I developed that program as like a beginner stage, um like a playground basically for souls who are breaking out of the matrix a little bit. They're starting to question their reality, they're questioning their belief systems, they're questioning their upbringing, they're questioning everything that they were taught, right? And so that program was designed to be a playground for souls to explore what works for them, explore what doesn't work for them. And those tools that I included are all designed to help you navigate your own journey with grace and ease and be at a better starting point than I was, right? Like it took me years to be able to fine tune and refine things that make sense. And I'm a soul who likes to get to the origin of everything because I want to understand how everything works from the jump. Like I don't want all of like the surface layer like bullshit. Like no, I want to know like the exact origin of everything and how it works and why everything in between exists, if that makes sense. And so yeah, I really just wanted to understand things thoroughly before I really got on and started making a more of a public presence because I wanted to know what I was talking about. I wanted to feel confident in what I was talking about. Um, and so because of my non-physical experiences and just my own inner work, I'm super 100% confident on what I teach about and will absolutely defend it. And yeah, I can tell you easily if something is disempowering or if somebody has an inferiority complex or a superiority complex. I can tell you what people are going through, why they're going through it, depending on their wounded theme of consciousness they're existing in. I can feel their energy from a mile away. I can feel if they're intimidated by me or not. It's just part of my innate abilities, okay? Um, and so yeah, I want to mention that. So if you join right now between what is today, April 3rd to December 31st of 2024, you will get a 20% off coupon for joining Enlighten Your Minds program. So you have to sign up on my website, you become a free member. The reason why I encourage you to sign up is because the free account, the free member account, acts as a container to save your progress for the course. And I experimented a long time ago with buying my own course, not with an account, and it just like got lost in cyberspace. And so I don't want that to happen to you guys, which is why I encourage you to make your own just member login. It's free. I don't charge you for a membership or anything crazy, right? It's just to have your own energetic space. And then, if you want to engage with the online community that is going to organically form through my website, awesome. I really wanted to create a safe space where people feel vulnerable enough to feel comfortable sharing what they're going through, ask questions so we can all be here to support each other, right? Like this is the biggest thing is having a high vibrational community, which is something I never found in church. It was all low vibrational, it was all judgment, it was all who do you think you are? It was all enviousness, jealousy. Like I don't want that. I don't want that energy existing in my healing community, okay? So, I understand everyone's on their own journeys. However, it's really important that, people have a space to be like, hey, I dreamed of this, or I went through this. Like, what do you guys think of that? Like, isn't that pretty crazy? Like, yeah, that's wild. Like, That's so awesome that you went through that. You're so powerful, right? Like the uplifting energy, like truly supporting one another authentically, genuinely, okay? Like that is my highest intention with my online community. So, anyways, back to becoming a free member. So once you just sign up really quick for the free member login, then you can go and it should send you like an automatic email once you do that, once you sign up to be a member and send you the coupon. Also, I was having issues on the back end of my website with that too. So if you do sign up, I will see it on my phone. I get notified every time somebody signs up as a member. And so if you don't receive that automation, just let me know and I will send you the coupon code just on Orb for that program as well. So no biggie on that. Like I said, Mercury is in retrograde until like the end of this month. Ah, so tech issues, computer issues, everything not going smoothly. Ah, gotta love Mercury retrograde. Okay, what else? Any other updates? Be sure to check out my recent podcast I posted on YouTube. I do have a podcast channel on Apple and Spotify. That was the year of 2023. That was all about healing yourself, like really self-empowering, personal growth kind of energies. And I feel called to um, start in a different energy with inspiration on YouTube. And so my podcast moving forward will all be on YouTube for now. Um, I feel like I might go back to Apple and Spotify. I don't know, we'll see, but I feel like leaving those energies alone for now because there was like a lot of information in that in those podcast episodes. And so anyway, yeah, I really have this newer energy, newer alignment with YouTube podcasts. And so be sure to check it out. I talked about the importance of your environments and the kind of environments you place yourself in on purpose, okay? And getting out of your comfort zone. You guys see winter stretch. I can't stand it when I'm doing something. Um, and so yeah, I will be posting YouTube podcasts twice a month for sure. As for healing videos, I don't know if I'm gonna have like a certain system with that, but I will be doing that every week for sure. You guys will have a new video on how to heal yourself around something or how to maintain your spiritual hygiene that will be available to you guys for free on my YouTube channel. So yeah. And then, oh yeah, one last thing. I think, let's see. Yeah. One last thing is I will be doing a live Q&A on YouTube twice a month. So if you guys have any questions after watching my content or just in general, right, I will go live. I don't know if I want to go live for 30 minutes or an hour. I guess it'll just depend what the demand is. If I have a small demand starting out, I'll do it for 30 minutes. If I have a larger demand, we'll do it for an hour max, but it'll definitely be between the 30, 45 hour time period. And so, yeah, I really just want to be here as a guide and a mentor and a leader and share all of the wisdom, all of the gifts that I have for you to help you better yourself and better your life and your own reality. And so, yeah, if you guys have any questions, keep an eye out on that. I think I wrote down my first Q&A of the month of April, which I think was like April 15th. I'll update you guys on the next video that I post, but yes, we'll be doing Q&As twice a month for those of you who have questions. And I cannot wait to blow your minds. I can't wait to expand your minds. I can't wait to help you unlearn, shed, deprogram, decondition, and just break out of all of the poverty, lack, limiting, discouraging energy mindsets. Like, oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Um, okay, guys, I'm gonna call it good here. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video. And yeah, I love you guys so, so much.